Hello and welcome to this video. Today we are looking at JavaScript Array Sort function. So if you want to sort your array in a particular order, you can use the JavaScript sort function of your array. Now before we do that, we need to understand how sort works. Sort basically compares two items in your array, and based on the result it will sort them on a particular condition. So the sort looks for a negative and a positive value. If it finds a negative value, it is going to sort the first item before the second item, and if it finds a positive value, it is going to sort the second item before the first item. So now what is this first and what is the second item? We'll look into it with an example. So let's say you have an array of cars which has different cars object in it, and you want to sort them based on their engine capacity. Alright, so my car object has properties like name, engine type, and engine capacity. Now it's not sorted with respect to engine capacity, but let's say if we want to sort it with engine capacity, so you can do that with sort. Sort will iterate through each item and it is going to return you a new array without changing your original array, and it is going to sort the new array based on your condition. So let's say we want to sort it based on engine capacity. So sort is always going to return a new array to you. It is not going to modify your existing array, but it will iterate through each array, each item of your array, and create a new array for you. So let's look at the example and I'll try to explain how sort works. Let's say I create a variable sorted array. Okay, we're going to take our original array. We're going to call the sort method on it. Now sort function takes a callback function which has two parameters. You can call them anything, a comma b. Basically a and b are the two items of your array. So what sort does is at any given instance or any given iteration, it takes two items of your array and two neighboring items of your array and tries to compare them based on the condition, and it decides whether A should come first or B should come first. So how does it do that? So let's look at that. So now this is a callback function which is going to return either a negative value or a positive value. So now we are comparing numbers, right? So we are comparing engine capacities. So all we can do is A dot engine capacity minus B dot engine capacity. So now if the value of the subtraction is negative, then A will be sorted before B. If the value of this subtraction is positive, B will be sorted before A. So sort looks for a negative or a positive value. So if it gets a negative value, it is going to sort the first parameter before the second one, or basically the first item before the second one. And if it gets a positive value, it is going to sort the second item before the first one. Let's try to log this and we'll see the result. Okay, so let me run this. Alright, so now let's check out the output. So here you can see first you have the item which has, or first we have the car which has an engine capacity 800, which is the lowest. Then we have 1200, which is the second lowest, and then we have the 1300. So basically it has sorted our original array in ascending format. Alright, so let's say if you want to sort them into descending format, so all you have to do is move your first parameter over here and the second parameter over here. Now let me clear out my output, and if I run this, now you can see the car which has the largest engine capacity is on the top. So basically it has sorted our array into descending order. Alright, so here we tried to sort our array based on numbers. Now what will happen if I try to do this with strings? So now that is tricky. So let's say I want to sort my cars array based on the car names. Now car name is a string. So to do that, we can follow the same rule, but here we have to make one change. Alright, so before we go there, I want to explain one more thing, that is, this is a single line return, so you don't need this return clause over here. It's an implicit return. So with the new arrow functions, you don't need your function block as well as the return type as well as the return statement, because the arrow function is going to consider this as your implicit return. Alright, so if I run my code, it's gonna give me the same return value where my array is sorted in ascending order. Alright, so now look at a string example. Now so when we are comparing strings, we have the responsibility of returning negative or a positive value to the sort function, because the sort is only looking for a negative and a positive value. It cannot understand strings. So to compare strings, what we can do is, now we'll need a full function over here if you're working with strings, because we have to have an if statement, and we are going to check a dot name if it is less than b dot name. Then return -1, else return +1. So what we are doing here is we are checking the name property of my car, and we are comparing the two names of the two consecutive properties, and we are checking which comes first alphabetically. And if we find that A is coming before B, we are returning -1. So A will be sorted before B. And if we find that A is alphabetically coming after B, we're going to return 1. So it is going to sort B before A. So let's check that out. Alright, so now here I have my output. So here you can see first the car Creta is on the top, then we have M, then we have S, and then we have T. So our cars array is sorted alphabetically. So first we have C, then we have M, then we have S, then we have T. Alright, so this is how sort works with numbers as well as strings. So I hope this was informative. If you guys like this video, please make sure to hit that like button. And if you have any more doubts, leave it down in the comment section. Thank you for watching this video. See you guys in the next one. Bye bye.